The Daffodil Principle is a true inspirational story written by author Geraldine Edwards, which first appeared in a book, Celebration, and then in two other books titled Things I Wish I'd Known Sooner and The Daffodil Principle, about her experience of seeing the garden for the first time and the wow moment it created for her. She recounts the day her daughter Caroline drove her to Lake Arrowhead to visit a private garden. Caroline was excited to take her mother to see the daffodils. However, the weather was cold, rainy and foggy, and Geraldine didn't want to drive in the windy mountain roads. Geraldine couldn't understand her daughter's excitement about the flowers, but she reluctantly agreed to accompany her. When they arrived, they exited the car and walked down the mountain path. As they turned the corner, the sun broke through the clouds and Geraldine looked up and gasped. She saw rivers of daffodil in radiant bloom, sloping down from the top of the mountain across several acres of folds and valleys. Between the trees and bushes, daffodils of every color of yellow blazed like a floral carpet before them. Her mind flooded with questions. How could this be? Now, the Daffodil Garden was the handiwork of just one woman, a former Los Angeles high school art teacher named Jean Bauer. As Geraldine approached the mountain home situated in the sea of yellow, she saw a sign posted by someone who was clearly tired of answering the same questions over and over. It said, "Answers to questions I know you are asking. 50,000 bulbs, one at a time, by one woman, 2 hands and 2 feet, and a very little brain," which began in 1958. Year after year, Jean replaced ugly, dried up, lifeless bulbs and eventually planted close to 1 million bulbs. She forever changed her world by creating something magnificent, beautiful, and inspiring, which started in 1958. Now, for 40 years, she opened her property for 3 weeks each spring, free of charge, so that the public could bask in the glory of all that yellowness. In 2009, at the age of 89, she finally posted signs around the house saying that the Daffodil Garden was closed forever. The Daffodil Principle clearly shows that it's through small, focused and consistent steps that we can and do impact the world in a big, big way. Whenever you hear about someone who's achieved extraordinary goals, rarely, if ever, do you hear about the process they use. That is, the ordinary actions they did consistently that helped them. You only hear about the outcome. When we multiply tiny pieces of time with small daily efforts, we too will find that we can accomplish magnificent things. We are led to believe that extraordinary successes are the result of a one-off extraordinary action, but they are not. They are the result of ordinary actions done consistently, such as planting the daffodil bulbs, one bulb at a time, and 2, regular feedback, noticing what's working, what isn't, and improving the former to maximize your result. Life is all about margins, and that's often a tiny difference between winning and losing, perceived success and failure, hitting or missing a target. We all sometimes mistakenly think that we have to keep taking massive action to get a result or make change happen in our life. The fact is that small incremental steps towards a goal accumulates into massive progress when applied consistently. For instance, it's worth reminding ourselves sometimes that one action per day towards a goal amounts to 365 separate actions annually. 30 minutes invested each day in pursuing a goal amounts to 182 hours per year. Friends, if you want to achieve a goal, it is not enough just to take action. You have to constantly improve the process you are using as well. With that in mind, you may want to consider improving your process by 1% every day. Now, a 1% improvement may feel insignificant, but when you improve by 1%, in the long term, that 1% compounds on itself and produces results you have never could have imagined. Understand what difference 1% improvement makes every day for a year. Mathematically, just 1% improvement daily gets you 37.8 times further than when you started. But just 1% decline daily nearly puts you back to zero. Now, if time doesn't allow you to improve by 1% every day, a 1% improvement every week will still give you awesome results. Even a 1% improvement every week for 1 year is still a 67% improvement. Improving by 1% every day or a week is achievable regardless of your circumstances. Friends, the daily or weekly tiny baby steps of 1% progression towards our goals and desires, one step at a time, will finally help you grow your own financial, physical, spiritual, or mental daffodil garden and create for yourself a life-changing experience through the Daffodil Principle. Friends, people always wish that they had done something different in the past, but many of them never thought about doing something different now and have a drastically different future. As Karen Lem once said, a year from now you will wish you had started today. Friends, the time is now. Work at it daily, no matter how small. These tiny steps in time will produce giant results, and it will take you way, way further than you could have ever imagined.